Hello, my name is Dante Renee, and welcome to the 10 Room Bizarro YouTube page where I talk about films that I believe need to be talked about more. Like tonight's film, 1978's Fantastic Orgy. Let's try to get the glare away from here. There it is right there. Fantastic Orgy. That is the poster art, and this is part of the Peakorama Big 2-unit show from Vinegar Syndrome. And this is with Champagne Orgy, both by Carlos Tobalina. Yeah, so the director is Carlos Tobalina, with the pseudonym sometimes of Troy Benny, I believe. And we're looking at Fantastic Orgy for tonight. This is a 72-minute film from 1978. And here is the poster art once again. Pretty great, amazing poster art. Once again, done artistically, painted, actually done without computers. I mean, this was 1978. Poster art like this would be unheard of for mainstream films today, let alone an X-rated film like Fantastic Orgy. Let's get into this film here, folks. You know you're in for some style and for something unique when the poster is used as the credits, as the title credits, and as the closing credits. The actual poster. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that before. I don't know if I've ever seen it before. So in actuality, the names, the title of the film are just taken from the poster art. So very, very unique entrance into the film. Now, stylistically, we also have some other very interesting things. This is a film that is first-person narration. And we also have an element of definitely breaking the fourth wall and an element of first-person narration while actually filming what we are watching as Fantastic Orgy. We have some lens flares that are explained in the film. Faulty some faulty film in here, some faulty 35 millimeter film that's explained in the movie as well, and it's flashing in the screen for a few minutes during a sex scene. We also have black and white footage in here. We also have out of focus into focus shots as well throughout the film. And as the narration speaks, it states that there are different cinematographers, including our narrator in the film. If that were not enough, we also have kind of another person near the beginning of the film who's kind of introducing the film to you, and you're watching her and she's talking to you, and in a way she's almost introducing the narrator of the film, and it's almost like an interview of sorts. So lots of interesting different styles with the cinematography in the film. Now musically, if you know Carlos Tobalina's films, and if you look on this YouTube review page, I've reviewed a bunch of them already, and many more to come, as Vinegar Syndrome has been releasing tons of them, especially really on the Peakorama Big 2-unit shows, the double features. Oh, and here's some screenshots from the actual film. Let's see if we can get those. Okay, there's our main narrator right there behind the camera. Musically, just wall-to-wall music in this film, but just I mean, I don't think there was a frame really that went by without music. Now, interestingly enough, we don't really have the sound of moaning until really the last portion of the film, which I thought was very unique. The music and the narration is front and center in Fantastic Orgy. Now, musically, we have some kind of 70s dramatic orchestration feels in here, some vibes, almost like it could be in a 70s TV show in the opening credits of a 70s dramatic or TV show, like like a Dynasty vibe or something. We also have some rock music, some like kind of psychedelic rock music, complete with electric guitar solos. We have some groovy, funky music. We have some old time jazzy music in here. We also have some Italian flavor, as if we're traveling, overseas. We have some Italian vibes in here, complete in a scene where there's kind of this, to me, an Italian backdrop painting on a bedroom wall. And that was very interesting when that music played. Some accordion music kind of mixing in with the Italian vibes in the film as well. And then we also have some ethereal types of jazz, atmospheric, almost romantic eros type of vibes in here as well. Tons of music, heavy on jazz and orchestrated jazz, but also, as I said, some exotic flares as well, and some even representing some old time music, and also some music from some different countries as well. Very, very interesting stuff going on here. Essentially, Fantastic Orgy is a film where a woman is fascinated by the X-rated film genre, and she is ready to be involved. She's fascinated sexually by the men and the women, and she's also fascinated by the whole film set and the way an X-rated movie is works and is filmed and is edited and is played out. She's fascinated by the porn stars as well, and there's even some interesting themes running through the film, kind of in a way. Combating maybe some of the common belief systems at that time about X-rated movie stars, about them being paid prostitutes, and how that is much different than what is actually happening in the X-rated film genre, as they are first and foremost there for making the movie and what it is, and also um, the enjoyment of sex. The theme of female liberation is front and center, all as well as the movie begins in kind of the opening narration of the film and the introduction to the film. Now we have some interesting elements where this woman is about to enter into the X-rated film genre by first being the cinematographer, and she makes some mistakes, as I relayed earlier. She makes some mistakes, and so you will see, as the viewer of Fantastic Orgy, you will see some problems with the film, and it'll flash. If you're watching it on a big screen in a dark room, you'll see flashes in the room like a strobe, but it's the film. I mean, Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez made that Grindhouse film. In a way, we have an element of that in various scenes in this film, proving that this woman is not as skilled and that she is more horny than focused, and kind of relaying the themes and in a way the film kind of goes into the secrets of making an X-rated film and the questions that we all have. I'd love to ask a porn star. You can go on YouTube and type that in, ask a porn star this question, and that is and there's tons of videos on that. But in a way, this is almost like the behind the scenes, the secrets unfolding from our narrator, and we tend to be the narrator, the viewer on the side of the narrator. We want to know the secrets too. We want to know what's happening, and where as horny as she is, and as fascinated and as interested as she is. And so she becomes involved, not just with the cinematography, but also as a player, as an extra in the film. And you get to see how this is played out as her desires and wants, as she's somebody who primarily, just as she says, jerks off. Now she is living out her dreams and her fantasies, and her cinematic dreams and fantasies, and her sexual cinematic dreams and fantasies, especially as the climax of the film happens and we have a bit of a surprise for our narrator, something she's always wanted, and probably a bit of a surprise for also us viewers. Maybe we did not know that this particular person was in the film. So unless you saw the poster, and you'll see the person's name in there, of course, in the opening credits of the film. Sexually speaking, Fantastic Orgy is a film of various orgies, and it's almost we definitely have stuff that was filmed for this movie, but it almost seems at times that maybe there was some footage from other Carlos Tobalina films that was used in this film, some sex scenes, and done in a way that it was actually being filmed by the narrator. And you even see the some of the behind the scenes people um, on the set. So you're watching a sex scene, the camera backs up, and you see another guy with a camera, or a guy doing lighting or something. So very, very interesting film within a film type of vibe going on here. Or actually, I don't even want to say film within a film. I want to say you're watching a movie and you're watching the making of the movie that you're watching, which is part of the movie. Yeah, I guess, so there we go. I guess a bit of a film within a film. And sexually speaking, we have some faces that you're going to recognize if you're into the 70s and 80s X-rated films, and especially the films that Vinegar Syndrome has been putting out. You're going to notice some faces, and sometimes those faces are named different names by the narrator. It's very interesting. But we have a variety of people, including one of my favorites, Jade Wong, and we have Annette Haven and Leslie Boville. We got tons of people in here. I mean, it's really, really wild stuff. And even the girl from the ending orgy scene of Babyface is in here as well. I was not aware that she was going to be in here. And it primarily there are orgy scenes, and lots of people, like 10 people. There was even this lesbian scene that had like 7 girls together. Interestingly enough, that the scenes are primarily kind of hardcore, done in a soft vibe, a soft way at times. I mean, yes, you're getting cum shots. Yes, you're seeing the penetration. And sometimes the scenes are harder than others. This is something Carlos Tobalina has done in other films before, where you're getting kind of an X-rated hardcore vibe, done a little bit more soft at times, not getting a lot of different positions, maybe staying in one particular position. But especially in the orgy sequences, you kind of look around the screen to see what everybody's doing and switching partners, and maybe somebody's gonna go into somebody else's world over there. So you really get a chance to see mostly orgy type sequences, lesbian, 2 girls, 1 guy, and some pretty some pretty wild types of intercourse scenes, and a lot of speed and emotion, and even this great scene of this girl's face, and kind of shaking with each piece of the intercourse. So this is Fantastic Orgy from 1978, a 72-minute film in color and black and white at times, by director Carlos Tobalina. Thank you so much for watching the 10 Room Bizarro YouTube page. And this is the poster once again. And you can see this poster in either volumes 1 or 2 of the Graphic Thrills books in hardcover and softcover. The guy that does Cinema Sewer, I believe, Robin Boogie, his Facebook friends. You can probably find him on my 10 Room Bizarro Facebook page. Please feel free to check out my own personal films by Googling Apartment 1014 Films. And thank you so much. Have a great night.